Listen, from Broadway's Get Up, Stand Up in the UK to Netflix, Jamaican actress Julian Robinson has landed a supporting role on one of the most watched series, The Witcher. This rising star plays a barmaid in season 2 of the series, where she can be heard speaking what? Jamaican patois. Listen, she zooms in now to share what that experience was like. But Jules, before we join you, here's a clip from The Witcher. Listen, here we go. Jules, good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Auntie.
How are you doing? I'm so proud of you, girl.
I'm doing very good.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's start. Well, I know the journey, but let's share it. How did the acting start?
It all started at Philip Sherlock Center while I was studying environmental chemistry at UWI.
Yeah.
And I joined UDAS, the University Dramatic Arts Society, and Michael Holgate put me in a musical, and it was downhill from there.
I know because it's a constant debate, do you let the children pursue the arts, because in Jamaica it might not be as lucrative. You did environmental chemistry and you have a degree from UWI. And I know there was a time when there was a struggle to, do I pursue this? Or the parents are saying, hello, we'll pay you for a degree. What are you doing? Talk to me about that, Julian, and just how challenging it was. Because I know your heart was, oh my God, I have to do right by my parents. But the spirit was, I have to do the arts. What was that like, that struggle for you?
When I was doing chemistry at UWI, I was struggling for a little bit towards the end. And I realized that when I could split my brain between doing the arts, I actually got better at chemistry. And because I grew up in Almond Town, and I grew up amongst people where storytelling and music and arts is actually what propelled us through struggle and working together at UWI, we formed a community. I recognize the importance of storytelling. I recognize the importance of the arts. It's like, it's life fulfilling. It challenged you to be your best self. And there was a point when I realized, when I was working at Red Stripe, I would go in at 6:00 in the morning, and then I'd be like, I'm leaving at 5 exactly, because I need to get to the theater by 6:00. And that kind of drive, because it was so important to me, I realized, there might be something in this that I want to actually master. And so that's when I just took the leap. So like, you should just follow your heart and what feeds your soul, and you can never go wrong.
Yeah, but there are two things about you, Julene, that I feel underscore your success. One of them is your commitment to whatever you're doing. And that is demonstrated in the kinds of work you did here in Jamaica. Basil Dawkins said, no, I got to work with Julene. Delia Harris said, no, I got to work with Julene. Brian Heap, university player, said, I got to work with Julene. And I'm raising that because I meet a lot of young people and they say, oh, I have a lot of talent and I want to act, but I don't know if the commitment comes with it. How important is that to where you are now?
My dad always says, if you're going to do it, be the best at it. And being the best is not something that just comes naturally. It requires discipline. It requires reverence. It requires work. And when I'm telling stories, especially when in the performing arts, you're telling the stories of people's lives. And it's really important that if those people are standing in front of you, they feel honored to have you tell their stories.
Yeah.
And learning that coming up from, even when I was a dancer doing JCDC in primary school, like it was really important that when you show up as your best, with reverence to the stories that you are telling. And I think that like underscores everything that I do, because I don't want anybody to see me telling their stories and they're like, no, son, I never, like that. No, I can't deal with that.
Yeah, the decision to continue work overseas. Talk to me about that. It wasn't just work studying. You're committed to the arts. You wanted to go and further your knowledge of it. The decision to go and then to continue to pursue it in the UK. Not easy. Walk me through that. I know.
After a really long time, and my decision that I wanted to be a master at this craft, I realized the next best thing for me to do was to go actually study it, because I wanted to do a master's anyway, but I know I didn't want to do it in chemistry. So I said, what is that thing that I wanted to really spend my life digging into and immersing myself into? And it turned out to be performance and theater. And so I decided that I was going to go, because I worked and I've learned from everybody you possibly can in Jamaica, right? I've learned under your tutelage. I've learned under Michael Holgate, Brian Heap, Basil Dawkins, Patrick Brown, and Trevor Nairn. And, so I was like, okay, I needed to step out and go learn things about me and how I want to pursue this work that I have dedicated myself to. Yeah. And so I decided to go to England all by myself.
Yes.
which was really hard, because I'm getting used to it now after many, many years. But the cold is disgusting. The cold is hard, and it was one of the hardest things I had to deal with when I get here, because it's not only cold, it's very gray.
Yes.
And I like sunshine.
It counts.
But now now I have figured out a way how to navigate. I wear bright colors, which is not something that happens a lot here. And I soak up the sunshine every chance I get. Yeah.
All right. So, I spoke to your director on the Bob Marley musical. He had such wonderful things to say about you, as most directors do. Here you are in The Witcher, but you have your own project, and I want to quickly talk about it before you go. It's The Night Woman. Tell me about The Night Woman.
So The Night Woman is a story about a Black woman who goes into darkness, goes through the valley of the shadows, and emerge with redemption and healing. Right? When I speak about The Night Woman, we go back into when we traveled in the bottom of the ships all the way from Africa and emerged into the Caribbean, because it's a Caribbean story, and we use folk songs, we have dancing, we have kumina, and it was just my desire to really paint London, Jamaica.
Yeah.
So I tell that story about how we entered that dark space as chiefs, as poets, as doctors, as educators, as artists, and we think of that time as the struggle, but in the middle of that darkness, we are still the beautiful people that we emerged on the other side to be. And I'm just mapping that story using my grandmother, Miss Ayo, to really bring all of that Jamaican juice and flavor and storytelling to the world. That's my plan.
Well, Jules, you know how much we miss you, girl, because you don't have to be in everything, but we're so proud of you and all that you do.
Thank you.
So we encourage everyone. JulianRobinson.com. We can find out more about all that you're doing there.
Yes, you can.
Yes. And guys, please just follow her on social media. The Witcher is just the start. Star. I've been blessed. to see a lot of
Thank
stars
you,
rise, and I'm
Auntie.
very happy. Jules, I'm have to tell you too, I can't navigate technology. The big star on WhatsApp and say, Jules, help Auntie, please. Great to see you, girl. You're such an example for young actors in Jamaica about, you know, commitment and passion and pursuing their dreams. And I look forward to all that will come of you.
Me too. We stick to the grind.
Jamaican actress Julian Robinson. Up next, we take a journey of self-exploration with True Self Center. Please stay with us.